locate your base components. So to assemble the base, you'll find inside the tray is your assembly tool. This handy assembly tool can be used for lots of things. This square drive bit can go in there and the Phillips head bit in here. You'll find your baseboard screws kit. First of all, dry fit your base components together. You'll notice we've included numbers that go together, little arrows and the word base on the main components. Tip your base onto its side. Locate your square drive screws. Pull the components together so there's not a gap here. Insert the screw. Using your assembly tool and square drive bit, apply some downward pressure to get the screw started, and then it should be quite easy to put in. Stopping when the screw head is still slightly proud of the wood surface so you don't split the wood. You can use a drill, however be careful not to over tighten or you might split the wood. And if using a drill, make sure you stop so you don't split the wood. Locate your rear support beam, put it in place and screw it in place. The tool. Next, your base landing board. Notice it's got a slope here. When it attaches, it needs to make a downward slope because you want the water to run away. Now you will need to screw in these two screws so your landing board sits flush. Locate it so it's centered and using the square drive screws, affix it from inside the box. Now locate your 4 metal rails with screws and affix them to the inside of your side panels. The right angle rails mount with the holes on the underside and form a shelf for your screen bottom board and acrylic tray. Line up with the pilot holes and note that the lower rail is on a slope to keep your acrylic tray level. And the same for the other side. Slide in your tray and you'll notice a gap here to allow ventilation to come up through the screen. Locate your brass L screws, screw them into the pilot holes and you'll note they're asymmetric, one here and one here. To attach the brass knob to the rear vented cover, locate the screw from behind, screw into place. You can do this by hand, and as you tighten it, it will pull until it's flush with the wood. There's 2 ventilation positions. This way up blocks ventilation, and this way up allows air to pass through these vents, through here and up into the hive through the screen bottom board. Secure with your brass L screws. Remove the plastic protective layer from your screen bottom board and push into place. If your base is slightly out of square, it'll be hard to push into place, but as you do so, this will help square up your baseboard. Make sure there is a downward slope at the entrance so rain can move away from the hive. To create an optimal harvesting slope on the base for customers who do not have the optional leg kit, you'll need to attach the 2 foot blocks to the front of the base. The front is the side with the landing board attached. Line up each foot block so that the corners match, and using the square drive bit, screw 2 square drive screws into the pilot holes. Once you have attached your 2 foot blocks, check the spirit level to ensure that your base is sloped for optimal harvesting. When the level bubble is centered, that's the correct harvesting angle. Please also note there are 6 pilot holes in the bottom corners of the base for the optional leg kit. Disregard these pilot holes if you have not purchased this. So that completes your baseboard with spirit levels and adjustable ventilation.